Hello teachers of MEH. I'm going to give you a quick tutorial on how to use Google Blogger so that you can become experts in the digital learning series. So the first thing I'm going to do is double click on the Scoogle icon on the desktop, which will bring me to this web page. Next, I'm just going to type in my username and my password and click sign in. Now this brings me to the calendar page of our Scoogle account. If you look at the top, you have other apps that are available, and we want Blogger, and Blogger is more than likely not going to be in this toolbar, so we're going to have to click on the More button. Now, since I frequently use Blogger, this is going to put it in my favorites, but more than likely Blogger is not going to show up in your favorites, so you're going to have to go down to the button that says Even More. Next, I'd like you to scroll all the way down until you see the orange icon that says Blogger. Click on Blogger, and this should take you to your Blogger account. Now, if you have accepted my invitation to become an author for the Digital Learning Series, it should take you right to the Digital Learning Series. If you haven't, please make sure you go back in your email and accept my invitation for you to become an author of the blog. Now, since we have the Digital Learning Series up here, there are a few things that I'd like to share with you. The first thing is the Go to Post list. By clicking on this icon, this will show me all the different blog posts that have been created since the very beginning of the Digital Learning Series. I can scroll all the way back in time to the beginning of February of 2012, all the way to the most recent blog posts by today. So I can look through and I can see different tags and I can see the blog post titles of everything we've ever done, which can be very helpful if I want to go back and reread one of the blog posts. Another feature is the orange pencil icon. That is where you can create a new post. So if I click this button, this will bring me to the page where I can write a new blog post. The first thing I always like to do is to give my blog post a title. So I will give this title Blog Post Example. Now, down here I can just type some regular text, just like this is a blog post example. And if you notice, it has a very similar toolbar to that of Microsoft Word. So this should be very familiar to you, and you can change the font, you can change text size, bold, color. You can also add links, you can add images, and you can add videos as well. So this should be very familiar to you, and just pretty much type and blog post anything that you want that interests you, anything that you think the MEH teachers can learn from, as far as lesson plans, resources, maybe certain things that you've done with your students, anything that you think would be beneficial for everyone here at MEH. Now, I can click Save, and this will save my work. I can do this several different times when I'm typing, and I can also make sure that if I don't have enough time to finish it, I can click Save, and I can go back to this at a later date to continue and finish my blog post. Now, if I click the Preview button, this will show me what my blog post would look like after I publish it. So this is a preview of what the Digital Learning Series page looks like, and it shows my title up here, and it shows a brief description that I've started typing. So it's always good to use the preview button to see what your final blog post would look like. Then when you're all finished and you're ready to publish, go ahead and click the orange Publish button. This will make the blog post live, and it will make it so that everyone can view and comment on it. So my advice would be to save, preview, and proofread your blog post before you're ready to press the Publish button, because when you press the Publish button, everyone will be able to see it. Lastly, you can click the button that says View Blog. Pressing View Blog will take you to the actual Digital Learning Series blog page. And then on the right-hand side, there are a couple of neat little tips that I like to do. One is called Search This Blog. So if I want to search this blog maybe for something such as Professional Learning Network, or PLN, I can search for that. And it has 3 results. So there are 3 blog posts that actually have to deal with a personal learning network. So since I searched that, this should give me more information on what a personal learning network is and maybe how to use one. So that's really helpful. Another feature is a place where I can subscribe to the blogs. I can either subscribe to each blog post or I can subscribe to the comments. So if someone reads a blog post and they decide they'd like to share or reflect by adding a comment, I would get notified if I decided to sign up or subscribe to the comments. The last thing that's really important is to make sure that we follow by email. If I enter in my email address, this will register to Blogster. So when everyone writes a blog post, it will notify me via email. So this is an easy way that I can stay up to date and keep up with everyone's blog posts and make sure that I'm reading everything, because it'll notify me through email. And then there are also the top rated blogs. These are the blog posts that have been viewed the most times. This is helpful too because I can see which ones people find most valuable. So as I go through here, it'll give me a top 10 list that is constantly changing based on how many different times people click on the link. And then finally down at the bottom, there are certain labels that are attached to all the different blog posts. So instead of doing a search, I can actually click on one of these and get the same results. So here I find Personal Learning Network, or PLN. I can click on that and it'll show me blog posts that are related to PLN. So here's one on Wednesday, March 28th. Here's one on March 12th, so on and so forth. Okay, so those are some little tips and tricks on how to use Google Blogger that is associated with the digital learning series. I hope this screencast has been helpful to you, and I really look forward to reading some of the great things that you guys are going to write about soon.